Hey guys, what's going on? Jay the Reporter coming at you with a new segment. Exactly. So, for those of y'all who know, I love football. But for those of y'all who don't know, I also love betting. Now, I don't have the type of money to be betting on every game, but I do like kind of seeing where I'll place my money at. So I decided, what better thing to do than to put out a new segment? We're going to call it Against the Spread, and here's how this is going to work. Every week, on Saturday, typically in the evening, I record a video with the latest spreads and to kind of let you know who I take, whether it's with or against the spread. So it kind of help you guys know where to place your money if you just so happen to be trying to make money in that way. So we're going to go ahead and get it started with the 1 o'clock games. And the first one on the docket is Las Vegas versus Carolina. And in this one, I'm going to take Las Vegas with -3. So for those of y'all who don't know what that means, this is how this is going to take it. If the final score is 28-24, with Las Vegas winning, you take 3 points away from Las Vegas' score, meaning that that final score is now 25-24. Vegas still wins. That's how this works. And if they happen to be the other team who has the benefit of getting added extra points, they could cover if they happen to lose by 2 or less. So, like I said, I'm taking Vegas against the spread. Next matchup is Miami, New England, with New England being favored by 7. I would take Miami with the points only because we don't know exactly how well this team in New England has meshed. And with Miami kind of just bringing things in, they knew what they were going to be doing coming in. And also with a spread that large, you're talking a touchdown. They're gifting them a touchdown. I can't turn that down. So I'm going to take Miami with the points in that one. Now, the next one's a little bit tougher is Chicago-Detroit. Rivalry games are always really tough when you're talking about betting against the spread. So you got Chicago with +2.5. I'm going to actually rock with Detroit on this one just because I like their team a lot more than I like Chicago's. So I'm going to take Detroit in this one against the spread, 2.5 points. Then the next one, these are the ones that are really, really hard to really shake out because of the point differential. It's Seattle, Atlanta. In games like this where the spread is legitimately a point, you roll with whoever you can grab at that point value. So I'm going to take Seattle just simply because I don't trust Atlanta's offense to come out that strong. Now, Atlanta proved last year they can compete, but it just didn't prove they can really come out and win in a game where you're talking about the spread being a point. It's literally buyer's choice. Take who you would take to win the game. So that's what I'm rolling with. I'm taking Seattle. Now, Jacksonville, Indy, 8-point dogs are the Jags, and for good reason, because their offense, their defense, this may well be the worst team in the NFL. Indy has a lot of things that works in their favor. I'm going to take Indy against the spread. Now, normally, I just said I'll take teams, if you give them a touchdown, it's hard to take. But this team is not favored in any way to be competitive against Indianapolis, even if it is a divisional game. I'm going to take Indy in that one against the spread. Now, Cleveland, Baltimore, point spread, 7. Same thing kind of applies here. Baltimore, I ain't going to say most explosive, but they scored a lot of points last year. I don't think they had the most explosive offense. That's clearly in Kansas City, but they have one of the most explosive offenses. So with this being the case, I'm going to take Baltimore against the spread. It was a 7-point favorites. I'm going to take Baltimore against the spread until I can see something different from Cleveland. Now, here's one that I think is gift wrapped, but you want to be very cautious. Jets, Bills. 6.5 is the spread in favor of Buffalo. So it's basically Buffalo against the spread. But this one, take the Jets. I would take the Jets with the points because in this kind of a matchup, the Jets and Bills haven't been known to blow each other out of the water. They've always played relatively close games, and it's because their styles are very complementary to how the other one plays. Their offenses are comparable to other teams' defenses and so on. So with a matchup like that, it's a little bit more difficult. Now, Green Bay, Minnesota, 2.5 point spread with Minnesota being favored. Now, if you checked out my other videos with the divisional breakdowns, you would know I had a tough time with Minnesota Green Bay. A very, very tough time with Minnesota Green Bay. In this one, I'm going to rock with Green Bay with the points. I just can't bet against Aaron Rodgers if you're going to give him the points. So even if it is less than a field goal, I still want to rock with Green Bay until otherwise proven in this one. Even though I got Minnesota winning the division, you're giving Green Bay the points. Then you got Philly, Washington with Washington getting the plus 5.5. I'm going to take Philly in this one, even though they're missing their starting running back. Even with that being the case, I still like Philly against Washington because Washington's defense isn't really up to par. I think Philly offensively can just put a little bit more heat up. I'm going to take Philly against the spread. Now, time for the 4 o'clock games. This is where it gets a little bit more testy. And this matchup is very key because you have a experienced quarterback, Bridger, so to say, and Tyrod Taylor going against Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. And they get the Bengals 3 points here. Now, here's where this really comes into play. How well LA can run the ball determines whether or not they're actually going to be able to not just win this game, but also be able to cover. So, honestly, until I see what Cincinnati's defense is capable of, this spread seems very favorable for the Chargers. So if you're looking for a money line, this is the one. Take the Chargers against the spread, make your money back. Now, the one that's probably the toughest to pick on this entire screen that I've been looking at is Tampa Bay, New Orleans, 3.5 point spread in favor of New Orleans. So basically, New Orleans, 3.5 point favorites. I'm going to roll with New Orleans against the spread here just because you're talking week 1, no preseason, no way to kind of know how all these new weapons and new talents are going to mesh together on the field. And we've seen it so far just while watching college football, how the new talent is not really mixing too well with the current guys and not able to hit in practice, and not having any preseason games is huge for the NFL. It's huge because it's kind of like they get a little bit of a dress rehearsal. Okay, let's see if this works offensively. And in teams who have added talent, like Tampa Bay, they added talent, yes, across the board. I mean, a ton of it. We're talking from quarterback to wide receiver to tight end, even on the defensive side of the ball, they added a lot of talent. And it's a little bit harder on the offensive side to kind of get things rolling. So I'm going to take New Orleans. I like to say this one is probably gift wrapped as well. So if you're looking for more of a sure thing, I'm going to take New Orleans against the spread. Arizona, San Francisco. This one, they gave Arizona 6.5. Arizona's offense this year, if Kyler Murray takes that next step up, this is a very favorable line, 6.5. They gave Arizona 6.5 points. This is a very, 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 let me say it again, very favorable line for Arizona if Kyler Murray can come out playing at somewhere above the level that he ended last year off with. So this is more of my more risky lines. I'm going to take Arizona with the points. Now we got 3 games left. The night game, Sunday night, Dallas, LA. I know my mom was ready to watch that game. And also she's going to be very proud of this pick. Dallas, -2. I got Dallas winning this game anyway. And I'm also going to say Dallas covers. So take Dallas against the spread. Make your money here. Getting to Monday night. The first game, my Pittsburgh Steelers, 5.5 point favorites over the New York Giants. This one right here is a money sure bet fire line. If you want a sure bet to make at least something back on what you're actually putting up, take Pittsburgh minus the 5.5 get your money back, because it's literally going to be one of those things where outside of Saquon, I don't know how well Daniel Jones can deal with this kind of a defense. We're talking a defense that won 8 games. It wasn't the Steelers' whole team that won 8. I know the coaching staff and the players are going to say that. No, the defense won 8 games last year because the offense wasn't hitting on too much of anything. So with that being the case, take Pittsburgh minus the 5.5 with a healthy Big Ben, the offensive line coming back, deeper at running back, deeper at wide receiver, and they added pieces to the defense to kind of shore up the depth in case of injury. I'm taking Pittsburgh 5.5. Last game, Tennessee, Denver, and this one was a easier pick mainly because of what Denver's missing. Now they got Bradley Chubb coming back off an injury, and they just lost Von Miller pretty much for the season. They haven't totally ruled him out, but this is looking like he's done. So Tennessee, 3-point favorites. Take Tennessee against the spread. Keep the money in your pocket. Now, that's what we got going on for this week. I'm going to try to get these videos uploaded in a more timely fashion, but you know real life happens. So if I have to upload it late on Saturday, just try to check out my videos before kickoff on Sunday so you can place your bets. But until then, there's some more things I need y'all to do for me. I need y'all to like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. We're trying to grow over here. We're trying to do new things. We're trying to share with everybody. So share this video on your social media platforms. And until next time, my name is Jay the Reporter, signing out. Peace.